Yes, people, there might be some adult language in this because I'm at the point where I don't really give two shits anymore about what my government is trying to tell me. At one point, they tried to say that there was a storm coming. No, this storm's been here. This storm's been here for centuries. It sneaks in slowly and surely and undermines people, undermines governments, undermines laws. It doesn't matter who writes the laws as long as you can control the monetary funds coming into that country. The laws don't go for them. The laws are for you, sheep. Sheep. Fucking sheep that just can't get their head out of their ass and look up and think for themselves. You know, we're always being told as flat earthers how stupid, how conspiratorial we are. Well, when it comes to force, I don't want anybody forcing anything upon me, and I will not accept anybody forcing me, trying to persuade me, trying to bribe me, trying to shame me, trying to get every way that they can think possibly to get me to bow down to El Jabbo. No El Jabbo for me. And I'm not saying I'm an anti-blanker. I'm saying I'm an anti fucking being told what to do person. I don't like people telling me what to do. That's why I started my own business, and thank God I did, because if I worked for any company that said I had to bow down to El Jabbo, I'd tell them to go fuck themselves. Actually, what I would do is I would have them take full responsibility of anything that may or might happen to me in my health. If they take on that responsibility, then I would continue to work for them. But let me tell you something, folks. Forcing people to do anything is no more than raping that person. You might as well just bend this all over and rape us. George Carlin had it right. You are not in the big club. They are in the big club, and they use that same big club to screw you with. Yeah, they wrap it up in red, white, and blue to make it as patriotic as you, and then they want to use it to screw you. Yes, people, that's what they do. They're out here, they are controlling you, they're controlling every aspect of your life. Hell, they've even gotten it down to where they control your education system. Yeah, and if you are not a good juvenile, you go to the juvenile courts and the jurisdiction, or you get to go in front of the jury. Yeah, folks, let's get it on. Let's do it. Let's tell them how it's going to be. Whose country is this? This is our country. It's not their country. We hired these politicians to do a fucking job for us, not to rule us, not to babysit us, not to have their heads up our ass or their hands up our ass and working us like a puppet. I'm nobody's puppet. Again, that's why I started my own business, because I don't like uh, government control, number one. I don't like somebody telling me what I have to do without being friendly about it. And that's one thing that I've always tried to do, is I've always tried to work right along with any help that I had, just like I was them. You know why? Because I am them. I go out and I do my work, and there ain't nothing I've ever asked anybody to do that I have not done myself. So again, look up, look around, pay attention, folks, because it's going to get worse. This storm is here. This storm is upon us. And before long, you're going to have people, ordinary people, demanding that you be mandated into getting El Jabo too. What is wrong with these people? Let me tell you, if you are one of these people, you are not my friend. You are my enemy. I am not going to put up with people forcing me, bribing me, trying to tell me that I got to do something good for society because if I don't, everybody's gonna die. No, and again, I gotta be careful how I word my stuff here, folks, because Censor give you a couple of good jabs and your goddamn whole channel is wiped out. Every video you made, everything you put on YouTube will be taken down. Well, you know what? They can take mine down because I got all mine on hard drives. So I got all my stuff on hard drives, so they can take me down. I'll put it back up, or you can just go to Odyssey and watch it. Odyssey's a pretty good platform. So far, I have not really seen them do any type of censoring where they take down people's videos. At least I haven't found any yet. But this storm, it starts out as just a little bitty storm, and then it starts raging, and then it starts carrying on, and it starts hammering you, and it starts hammering the shit out of you to where you can't even budge anymore. You can't breathe, you can't move, you can't do nothing without having your El Paso card. The one that you can travel with. Yeah, baby. Yeah, you can't go on that flight over to Jamaica or the Bahamas. Oh, definitely not going to Hawaii. Hell, you can go on a cruise if you pay extra money, because you got to pay for every one of them nose swabs, And before long, they're going to be wanting to stick that big swab up your ass, just like they did in China, or like they wanted to do in China, or like maybe it was just propaganda in China, because that's what China wants us to do here. It's Let me tell you too. Uh, the Matrix. In the Matrix, they had Zion, and they were hiding in the city of Zion, down below the ground, right? Remember? And all those creatures were trying to get them. Well, guess what, folks? We are those creatures, those assholes that are hiding down in them deep underground military bunkers. They are the enemy. They are the politicians. They're the ones that are controlling everything. They're the media. Yeah, the big lamestream media that tells us nothing but lies upon lies to get us all convinced that the government's trying to do something good for us. Well, if they were trying to do something good for us, it wouldn't be these same people that talk about the world being overpopulated and we need to depopulate it. Those are the ones that are trying to save you, you fools. Oh my God. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, let's have the people that want to lower the population save us with a mighty, mighty big V. The big V. Remember that uh, it was a TV series called V, and they came here to help us, to take care of humanity, to give us all this health information, and to make us great people. Well, that's exactly your government. That's exactly the media. That's exactly what these big Zionist fools think. These rich, these wealthy, these above all powers, above the law. They are above the law, folks. If they weren't above the law, we'd have HC. If you don't know who that is, think about it. Her husband's name's Bill. Uh, both of them actually should be behind bars if our laws were to work the way that they were supposed to. Unfortunately for us, they're still walking these streets and still doing the same old crimes that they were doing since the beginning. Yep. And then we could get into the pedophiles. Yeah, let's get into the pedophiles. Like Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein, he gets busted. Uh, goes to jail, somehow commits suicide, right? Yep, 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 yep. Yep. Suicide oneself. That's the name of the game. Boy, how many people did that around HC and BC? I think it's over 40 some people that just kind of like vanished around them, or just disappeared, and or was found with 2 bullet holes in the back of the head where they committed suicide. A pregnant lady too. There was even a pregnant lady, for crying out loud, folks. I mean, none of this shit ever hits mainstream media. Why? Because they don't want you to know, because they're part of the same old big club that you're not in. You're not in this big club. And what do they say? The Lucifer, he was a prince of the air, right? There you go, right there, the prince of the air. He's out there. He's doing his damage. The biggest trick they ever played on you was to make you think that Satan didn't exist. Well, folks, I'm here to tell you, something exists. Something evil exists out there, folks, and it is not good for us as far as humanity goes. They are trying to uh, bring this thing down to what the Georgia Guidestones, our new 10 Commandments on the Georgia Guidestone says in the first one. I'm not going to go through them all. But you know what? I actually didn't even believe that Georgia Guidestone even existed. I said, that's bullshit. Uh, well, I think it was back in 2015, 2016. My wife and I, we drove there. And you know what? To my surprise, it was there. Even pulling up on the site, it wasn't a really big, huge site. But let me tell you something, folks. You got an eerie feeling. I mean, there was just something eerie about it. And then when you walked up and you started reading these new 10 Commandments in 7 different languages, by the way, folks. The first one says to bring the world population down to 500 million. Now, that's not a conspiracy, fuckers. You can go there and read it, you dumb dingledorfs. I mean, Jesus Christ. Like I said, I didn't believe it. I went there. I saw it for myself firsthand, and that is what it says. And then the last one was something about doing away with frivolous laws, or one of them was in there, doing away with frivolous laws. Well, see, they got to have all these frivolous laws today so they can rob you, extort you, stick their hand in your pocket, pull out your money, and there ain't a damn thing you can do about it because it's called taxes, right? Pay your taxes. Be a good little boy and girl. Pay your fucking taxes and, keep working like a slave, because that's exactly what you are. You are a slave. I've been running my own business for 32 years. Yeah, I've acquired a home, a nice piece of property, but I mean, I am not living high on no hog. I mean, I have to struggle sometimes, especially during my off season when work isn't so abundant. But then during my busy seasons, I got so much work, I can't keep up with it all. But let me tell you, folks, it's when people think that they see somebody that run a business and they got all this stuff, they think it's easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. And I'm not talking about big corporations. Big corporations do nothing but throw the taxes back on you. Whatever they get taxed, they add it into their price so that they can pay their taxes on you. In other words, you are paying their fucking taxes. They're not paying their taxes. And they know it. And they do it, and they enjoy doing it, and they don't give a crap about it. They don't even care that you know that that's the way they do it. And their products, yeah, I know about retail and wholesale. You buy it at retail, you sell it. There's supposed to be a law on how much higher you can sell it by, but believe me, there's ways around those laws that they can do. They have a car made for, say, $5,000. They turn around and sell it to you for 50,000. Because they can say, well, this guy made a markup, that guy made a markup, this guy made a markup, and just so on and so forth. So this is their best price that they can give you is 50 grand on this thing. And that's not even tax, tag, and title out the door. That's extra. And hey, we'll finance it for you too at an extra cost also. Because in ancient times, as far as I understand from what I've read and what I've learned, is in ancient times, it was like superstitious. It was bad omen to charge somebody interest on money that you may loan them, or food that you may loan them. Um, Basically, what it was you gave back exactly what they let you borrow. But there was one group of people that said, no, 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 we don't have no problem charging interest. Well, guess what? Those same very people, same very, same fucking people run all the banks. They own everything. They own this country. And guess what? You don't have to be a ooh to be a Zionist. All you have to be is a sellout. And believe me, there's plenty of sellouts within our, uh, well, I'd say governments worldwide are sellouts because there's no way that you could pass this shit off that we're getting shoved up our ass right now unless all the world leaders were conspiring to force this shit upon you. Some countries, they are forcing it. So it's just a matter of time, folks, before it comes back and gets forced upon us right here in the good old US of A, home of the free. I don't even want to say the brave. Maybe, how about the slave? Yep. Talk to old people. Some of the old people say, I don't care what's going on in the world. I'm old. I ain't got much longer to live here. Well, stingy bastards, did you ever think of your children, your grandchildren, or your great grandchildren? Um, I don't have any kids, but you know what? I will fight for every damn kid that walks on the face of this earth. What they're doing to the children right now, yep, that's right, folks. They're coming after the fucking kids. And if you can't see that and you're willing to give your kid up for to send them off to say, roll your sleeve up, son, they're going to give you something to save your life. No, they're not. They're going to give you something that's going to slowly take away your life. Maybe even sterilize you. Maybe make it to where you won't be able to reproduce, not even a tallywog. Or how about a pollywog, I guess? All right, folks. I'm just so sick of this shit. I'm ready. I'm ready, man, to defend my rights, my freedoms, my country, and my fellow men and women of this country. If you're with me, be with me. If you're against me, get the fuck out of my face and don't come around me because I got something for you. Yeah, it's called hot. It's hot, but it'll cut right through you. Okay, so again, watch out, folks, because it's coming and it's coming fast. Before long, it's going to be here. And guess what? You're going to have to either accept it or fight against it. Take care, folks.